I actually do have two skincare products that I really want to talk about. So the first is the Tower 28 Intensive Rescue Serum. This is a wonderful product for people that have drier skin types or eczema prone skin types. This has hypochlorous acid in it, and I've just found the SOS spray from Tower 28 to be so amazing. This really helped with some deep painful eczema flare-ups that I had this month. Namely, one right on the corner of my mouth. You can see probably like a little bit of the hyperpigmentation. This was really deep. It was painful. It bled. And I was using this on top of it, sealed with the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. This is really amazing. I don't like it all over my entire face, but for me, an eczema prone girly, it really just helps. I had another one that split on the side of my nose. It was painful as well. So I would do this all over my face and really concentrated on those broken skin areas, and then sealed in with this. I was using this day and night. The eczema patches cleared up relatively quickly. I didn't expect them to heal as fast as they did when I combined these two products together. So, and unfortunately, I know what caused the eczema flare-up around the corner of my mouth. It was the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump products. It was almost like that night I started noticing getting really irritated around my mouth, and then that eczema patch was just like so painful. It broke open. It was bleeding a lot. It was just, yeah, I love these. I think they're really beautiful, and I do like the Too Faced lip injection plumpers. I think they really work well, but this formula might just be a little bit too aggressive and agitating for my skin type. So just a fair warning, if you tend to get eczema or you have a sensitive area around your mouth, these definitely caused quite a painful little flare-up. So sunscreen on today is the Benton UV Defense Cream. Really great. I've actually used a lot of this. You can see through the bottle when I hold it up to the light. I probably only have like a week's left of sunscreen left of this. It hasn't given me any grief. It's been really great for having a sensitive skin type, and I haven't noticed any type of like acneic response. So I'm loving this because it just gets absorbed into the skin. Has a really nice, elegant formula. So big fan of this one. We are still loving the MAC Studio Radiance Primer. It's just so nice. I take like one pump and really focus it in the center of my face. I take it under my eyes because that's where I have a little bit of visible dryness, and I just want that to look nice and dewy. And then I just spread the rest of it all over my skin. It leaves you with that nice, like dewy, slightly tacky base. So I've already done a pretty deep dive on the Jones Road Foundation. You've seen me, use it and review it. I really liked this. I wore this multiple times this month. I'm liking it a lot more now that I don't have any hormonal acne, and I think it just looks super wonderful and natural on my skin. But I have not yet shown you the Chantecaille Future Skin, which I feel like this is quickly becoming like Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk status, which is, my favorite foundation of all time. I am obsessed with this. So I don't have an exact match in this line. I mix the two shades Wheat and Cream, and then add a little bit more or less of one of the other depending on what my skin looks like for the day. So apply this product with a brush or a sponge or your fingertips. I'm gonna show you with just my hands today so you can see how nice and easy this is to use. I actually really do like applying it with my hands. I think you still get a really beautiful result, and you can use your hands to really keep that product nice and warm. This foundation builds beautifully. It covers hyperpigmentation, redness, acne. It doesn't emphasize my dry patches, and I seriously cannot emphasize this enough. It gives me such a realistic result. And it's so long wearing. I don't often set it with powder. I'll show you today what it looks like when we set with powder, but I often don't even set it with powder, and I think it still has really great longevity. The customizable coverage of this foundation is unmatched. You can really build it up or sheer it out to where it looks, like nothing and performs much like a skin tint, or you can build it up and get a little bit more of a flawless result. Isn't that what everybody wants? Just like one product that can kind of do everything for you. You can see this side of my face, it still looks really nice and natural and skin-like versus the side without any product. It just gives me that like beautiful, even skin tone, and it still looks so natural. You can look at your skin up close and it's still gonna look amazing. It does not look cakey. The formula of this, I'm telling you, it's been, you know, one of my favorites ever since I've started using it. I take a little color corrector. We're using the Bobbi Brown Peach Stick. I just put that in the shadowy areas of my eye, and then with a, you know, warm fingertip, really push and just blend that into the shadowy spots. I am loving the Say Hydra Beam concealer. So I wear the shade Hydra Beam 4, which is typically not as light of a concealer as I would like under my eyes, but I think this gives me just a little bit more of kind of like a natural bright shade versus being like, you know, considerably lighter than my skin tone. Now this has a really wonderful creamy formula with a luminous finish, and the coverage is buildable as well. I just love how this melts into the skin. Now if you have an oilier skin type, this is definitely going to be something that will need to be set with powder. Let's pop a touch of powder on the skin so you can see how these look when you put some powder on top. I'm going to use the Dior Powder No Powder. I've just been truly obsessed with this. It is a dry-skinned, dull-skinned person's dream, because it does not take away the natural radiance of your skin while still giving you a little bit more of a solidified set down, and it just helps keep things from migrating. Look how much of my Benefit Hoola I've used. I haven't even had this for an entire year, but I use this as a contour almost every single day, and it's never steered me wrong. So I'm just gonna do a light little bit of contouring on my face. And the bronzer that seriously like brings just that little bit of peach sun kiss and luminous finish to the skin is Sunset from Estee Lauder. Look at it. It's so pretty. I really just take like my little fluffy IT Cosmetics brush and get a good mixture of all the shades. And then I use this to pull a ton of warmth and luminous glow onto my skin. I'll bring it onto the apples of my cheeks. It just gives you like the right amount of glow, the right amount of that little bit of peachiness to really wake up the center of the face. I love the little Charlotte Tilbury Quick Easy 5-minute face kit. I'm gonna take the Super Chic eye pencil. So mine is in Super Chic. You get the eye pencil, a blush, and then you also get a highlight. I just take that Super Chic shade, kind of blend it up into the crease. It's kind of like a woody rose tone. It's got a little bit of like pink or red to it, and I think it looks really flattering as the shade that you apply all over your eye. And then I just take it right underneath the eye as well. And then it just clicks right into place. The highlight is more of like a cream stick gel. It's much more dewy and much more glossy than the Beauty Light Wands. So a little bit really goes a long way with the Charlotte stick highlights. So what I like to do is take the stick, apply it to the back of my hand like this, if you can see that, and then pick it up on my fingertips and just lightly press it right onto the high points of the face. So I do love the blush in the 5-minute kit, but the blush that I've really been loving and wearing pretty much every day is the Tarte Exposed Cheek Tint. When I first got this, I didn't like it, but now I really do. I like to take it on a brush, like pick it up directly so that I get a good amount of product, stamp off the excess on the back of my hand, and it really does just give you a nice light kiss of color on the cheeks. Exposed is my favorite shade from the Amazonian Clay blushes, the powder ones. So this is like a little bit more of a luminous version of that. It's obviously a cream, so it's gonna look a little bit more natural because it will mimic your skin's texture. Very luminous, but I really like that. And the first few times when I was applying it directly to my cheeks, I felt like I got a lot of makeup lift off. So picking it up on the brush and then stamping it onto the face, I don't have issues with it lifting up whatever is underneath it. Brows, I've really been liking the Kosas Air Brow. I wear the shade Black Brown, and I like how this, like, you know, fills in my brows, gives them a nice little tint of color and fullness, but also keeps them shaped in the position that I set the hairs down in. I think you can see it just gives me that like instant fullness, and I don't have to spend as much time trying to finagle a pencil to do what I want it to do. I'm taking Hourglass Solstice. I really like these Voyeur eyeliners. Solstice is like a deep gold bronze. Gives you a little hint of definition without being like over the top. And it'll just give your eye a little bit more shape, and I like to run it in the lower waterline as well. I feel like it just gives my eye like that little, you know, extra pop. This eye has a little bit more going on without being like full on intense and smoky. Dior Air Flash Radiance Mist. This is for medium to dark skin tones. Just a light spray all over. It just sets your makeup down, takes away any like powdery finish. This mascara is legendary. So it's the LA Colors Perfect Curve Mascara. It is phenomenal. The price point of this mascara and then the effect that it gives, it honestly like rivals luxury mascaras. The brush is just so plush and smooth. And the formula of the mascara, it doesn't clump together. You get this really nice separated effect of the lashes, and they look really feathery and long, and it just builds so nicely on top of itself as well. I'm just like such a fan, and I love it on the lower lashes as well. Okay, so this is Freestyle from Bobbi Brown. One of the softest, most flattering, like fiery shrimp corals I've ever tried. It is quite shrimpy, right? It's like a salmon shrimp shade, but it's so flattering, and I'm typically never drawn to these types of shades, but I'm telling you, like, something about the way this looks with my complexion, I feel like I can pull it off, and I really like this shade. And normally I am not like a pink girl, I just don't like the way they look on me, but this one is like, I really like it, and I feel like it's such a pretty summer shade. So this is Freestyle. It looks a little bit more intense in the tube than it does on the lips. It shears out. It's got that nice shiny finish to it, and it feels so beautiful. Now, if you follow me on TikTok, I did a whole video swatching all of the Hourglass Phantom lipsticks. So I'm going to show a couple favorites that I've been wearing. So this is Slip, which is the one that I wear the most. A little bit more of a rosy nude. These are so beautiful, soft and glossy. So this is Slip. It's a nude with a good amount of pink to it. I really like this one for every day. I think it just gives you a little something special. If you are a true nude lover, Trace is the shade for you. This one's more of like a nutty caramel. I love the tone of this one. This is like what I would typically go for day to day, but I don't know, just with summer I'm feeling like a little bit more inspired by pinks. But this one, I can guarantee you I'll use that one up into its entirety. So here is Trace. And then this is the shade Lucid, which is like a bright sherbet peach. But again, sheer enough that it looks really elegant and not over the top, and just gives you that really nice glossy finish. And we're gonna finish off with Benetint, just the original. I wanted to show you this last. I don't so much love this on my cheeks. I feel like it stains weird. But on the lips, it's like that really gorgeous punchy rose shade. And I feel like with a little bit of lip liner, it just gives you that super flattering, natural looking lip. I love it. So just like everybody else, I've been on a huge Benetint kick. And I'll even like to put like a little bit of gloss on top, just so it has a little bit more slip. And just feels a little bit more comfortable. All right, so those are all my favorites for the month of May. I actually got a little bit of Benetton in between my teeth, and I feel like now I need to go floss it out. I will have everything listed and linked in the description box down below for you. Let me know what some of your favorites of the month were, and if you have any suggestions of things that you want me to try out and do some videos on, I am always open to your suggestions. Please be sure to subscribe, come follow me on Instagram and TikTok. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. I love you all so much. Bye.